Hey guys, Josh Henkin here, creator of the Ultimate Sandbag Core Training Systems. I'm going to introduce to you today is a training method that a friend of mine, colleague Troy Anderson, reminded me of. That was a method that strength coach Charles Poliquin popularized in the late 90s, early 2000s, which was German volume training. So German volume training was a way to get a lot of volume of work on your core lifts, and so you could produce both hypertrophy, muscle growth, and strength. So what we're going to do is show you a couple of variations you can do. Make sure to check out our blog at ultimatesandbagtraining.com. Check out all the variations, but let's go over the program really fast. So you're going to superset, so basically alternate two different non-competing movements. So in this case, we're going to do a clean squat and pull-ups. So we got a lower body dominant and upper body dominant exercise. We're just going to focus on those two lifts. Ideally in Charles's program, it's 10 sets of 10. Now we're going to play with the variables a little bit. We're going to do 10 sets of 5 on the clean squats and 10 sets of 3 on the pull-ups. For myself, it's a great way to reintroduce, because of my surgery, my lat strength and pulling movements without overtaxing my system. It's also good because when we're combining movements, it's a lot more fatiguing than if we just do one movement at a time, i.e. if we just did something like Zercher squats, we could probably do 10 sets of 10. So what you're going to do is you're going to play with those variables a little bit. We're going to give you a couple different options in the programming. If it's too easy, what you can do is you can either manipulate your positioning. Either you can go to a stagger stance, clean and squat. You can do a shouldering to squat, and all those are going to play with the different ideas within the program. If you're able to do 10 sets of 5 and 10 sets of 3 all the way through with about a 60-second rest, what you're going to do is you give yourself about a week, and then you're going to repeat the program. We're going to cut down the rest interval about 5 seconds. And you're going to have to go through this about 4 to 5 weeks. Every week, cutting down the rest about 5 seconds. So it's also a way of doing what we call density training. So that's where we get a little different upon Charles's ideas. Once you get to that point and you're able to do all the work, then we're going to increase the challenge. You can increase the weight of the bag or yourself to the weight of the pull-ups, or you can change the variation that you're performing with the bag, like I mentioned, the stagger stance or shouldering type of exercises. So check out the workout, try it on your own. The great thing is it only takes about one bag to do. You can use the same bag if it's too light to use a more challenging variation. If you have a heavier bag, you can do like I'm doing with a clean and squat. So check it out and see and read about more at ultimatesandbagtraining.com. Alright guys, as you can tell, I just finished the workout myself. I wouldn't ask you to do anything I wouldn't do. So let's go over some of the variations and some of the advantages of doing this. For one thing is, I know running two businesses, you're limited on time. So it's good to have very focused workouts. It's typically between 25 and 30 minutes, but you did a lot and you're going to have a lot of benefit from it. The thing that you want to watch out for is in your earlier sets, it's going to be natural to want to rush through, rest less because you have more energy. Over time, you're going to see set 5 and 6, you can get really fatigued. So make sure you manage your fatigue by giving yourself a full rest in between. I also show you some variations you can use so you can see the power of using one ultimate sandbag offers you a lot of different options in your programming. Lastly, you'll see the band rows I did makes this for a great home training if you need. So the nice thing is you can do this at the gym, outside, or at home, and it's a phenomenal workout. You work on your functional muscle mass, strength, and movement capabilities. The last thing I want to point out is the very last scenario I showed you, a squat clean. You should only really do a squat clean with the ultimate sandbag is if you need to get under the weight. Otherwise, I advise doing a clean and squat. People often forget the whole point of squat cleaning is to get underneath the weight so you don't have to pull as high. So we want to make sure when we're using a bigger bag that shortens our range of motion that we learn to move faster. So Check out the blog, get the full workout, and visit ultimatesandbagtraining.com.